my channel. Let's go ahead and talk about the huge elephant in the room, or should I say huge hair in the room. I used a new texturizing spray today when I was curling my hair, and it is like, and I'm sure it doesn't help that it's like 150% humidity outside, but so it's just gonna be a big hair day, but that's okay. I feel like it kind of goes with the look. The look that I'm talking about is the look I have on right now, and I mentioned this look in my last video, which was the Sally Hansen Airbrush Foundation review, about doing a look the day before that I absolutely adored. I've never done this look. I've never used these products together like I've used them today, and I really like it. Now, I know I've said before that I like to control my shine, and even though I look like, I mean, I look shiny, okay? But this is the difference. This is why I like this, is because I feel like I look like maybe I just got done with a workout, I'm kind of sweating, or I'm glistening, or whatever, and I'm still controlling my shine, because the way I look right now is the same way I'll look when I get done with the gym this afternoon, because I wore this look the other day, and I look the same exact way after the gym. I didn't look any more shiny, so to me, that is controlling my shine. I just decided I wanted to shine all over. Everybody's doing this full face of highlighters thing, and I feel like everybody's doing it. I'm not gonna do it because, you know, we all look like a highlighter just the same as the next person looks like highlighter if all we use is highlighters on our face. So, you know, I didn't want to do that, but I still really appreciate a nice, glowy, youthful, shiny look, especially this time of year. So if you are interested in how I got this look, be sure and keep watching. And thank you so much for watching. Let me know again what you would like to see in the comment section below. Y'all are awesome, as always. Have a very blessed day. So I'm gonna start with the eyes, even though they're very simple and they don't need a lot. I'm just so used to starting with the eyes, so I'm gonna do that first. So I got a little sample of this Bare Minerals 5-in-1 BB Advanced Cream Eyeshadow. So I'm gonna use that as my base. I have like an eyeshadow primer, but it can be used as shadow too. I used to have one of these, but it had like sparkles in it, so I think I ended up selling it. I really like that. It's very creamy. I'm gonna set it with just the matte shadow that I have lying around, which is the cream shadow out of the Bizarre Color Theory palette, Cashmere. So again, the eyes are really simple today. I'm gonna use this Revlon Photoready Eye Art. It comes with like a cream shadow and then a glitter on one end, and this is in the color Topaz Twinkle. And I'm just gonna use the cream eyeshadow side, and I'm gonna put it all over my lid, and then I'm going to buff it up into the crease. These shadows, like, they set pretty dry, so I don't have to put like a powder shadow on top of it, so it makes it very, very convenient and fast. I'm gonna take the Balm's Meet Matrimony palette, and I'm gonna take Matte Evans, which is this color right here, and I'm just gonna buff that in the crease, and that is all we're gonna do for the eyes today. Just take a little bit of that and buff it into the crease. Doesn't have to be precise, since it is only a lid color and a crease color, and the focus is not on the eyes, it's on the skin today. It doesn't have to be like the very best technique that you've ever done for eyeshadow, which is really nice, especially on summer days when you either don't have the time or the inclination to do heavy eye makeup. So let's start on the face. I'm gonna start by priming. I've already done all my moisturizer. I'm gonna use the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer in the smoothing. I'm just gonna pat that in the areas where my pores are the worst, which is, I mean, typically right in the center of the face. I stopped using this for a while. I don't really know why, because I do really enjoy it, and lately it's been the only thing I've been using. Okay, here comes the beginning of the luminosity. This is the Nars All Day Weightless Luminous Foundation. I am in the color Santa Fe. I'm not in this color in Sheer Glow, so they don't match up. If you haven't figured that out yet, if you are a certain color in Sheer Glow, you're not going to be the same color in this. Very, very, very liquidy foundation. I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to take the Makeup Geek Face Buffer Brush, and I'm going to start buffing that in my skin. A little bit of this goes a very long way. The directions say to use one pump. One pump would never cover my whole face unless I didn't want to look like I had foundation on anyways, which the whole point of this foundation is to even out my skin tone and give it a luminous finish, and I can't get that with one drop. So I do use more than one drop. A lot of people say, you know, don't love this foundation, and I think that might be why. You might not be using enough, but it's also a very thin line of using too much. So just be careful. You gotta play around with it, but I do really enjoy it. And make sure you buff it in really well, because that's another thing people complain about, cakiness, and you just have to work with it a little bit. So just make sure you buff it in really well. So I think I use like 3 pumps. So it's still gonna last you forever. I'm gonna take my Master Corrector and correct under my eyes very quickly. And even though I don't love this foundation, I'm going to use the Urban Decay Naked Skin. I don't hate it, but it just hasn't been working for me lately. It's almost a little too cakey, so I'm just not gonna use that much, or at least not as much as I normally do. And I've really been having issues on my left eye. I feel like no matter what concealer I use, no matter what powder I use to set it, the concealer breaks down. It breaks down and creases like no other, but it's only in the left eye. It's the weirdest thing. Only setting in the very inner corner, because I am going to be putting on a liquid highlight, so I don't want that to have to go over powder. I also didn't want to put like my concealer on my forehead and my nose and my chin like I often do, because I didn't want to take away the luminosity of the foundation. So now I'm going to use the Becca, I got it in like a holiday kit, but it's their liquid highlighter, and this is in the color Champagne Gold, and I'm positive you can't get this separately. It only came in that kit, and I'm almost out of it, but I really like it. Now I'm going to use another Nars product that's going to help with the luminosity. This is the Nars Liquid Bronzer in Laguna. Now, to be honest with you, I was going to send this back, and I got it from the Nars website, and I did not do it in time, because you only have like 30 days, I think, from the time you order it. So I didn't send it back in time, so I was like, well, obviously I'll keep it, and I'll see. And then I used it the other day, and I really liked it. You just have to, you don't blend it out too much, because it will blend into nothing. But I tap that around where I normally put any kind of cream bronzer. This is very liquidy. It's about the same consistency as the foundation. And then I'm just going to take it, and I'm going to very lightly start blending it out. I mean, very lightly. Like, I'm holding the brush at the very end. And it just gives a little bit of dimension. It's not anything huge. And that was one of the reasons I kind of wanted to return it, because I felt like it just blended into nothing. And then I'm just going to start tapping, because it'll kind of blend itself if you tap, and that way it won't take away too much of the product. So see, I'm kind of just laying the brush on its side and tapping it. So you can still see right there where it is. And I think that just helps like not take away the actual product. So now I'm going to set my entire face, because even though I want a luminous glow, I want it to last too. So I'm going to use this Frankie Rose. It's actually a powder foundation, but I find it to be the powder I go to the most when I don't want a ton of coverage. I just want to simply set my makeup. So I'm using this Jessup tapered face brush, and I'm just tapping it into my face. So see, you can still see some shine. Okay, so now I'm not going to contour today. I'm just using a bronzer. And to stay with the sparkly theme we've got going, I'm going to use the Too Faced Sweetheart bronzer, the Baked Luminous Glow. And I'm going to take my Bobbi Brown bronzer brush and swirl it into both sides and just bronze my face. And because I'm not contouring, I'm just going to keep this kind of above the hollows of my cheeks, just a little bit, and a little bit on my cheeks. So even though I'm going to go in with a separate blush, it just makes my face look more bronzier. I can't speak today. Now, to highlight, I'm going to use this powder I got in my BoxyCharm, and it's by Cougar, and it's the Mineral Face and Body Shimmer in Diamond Kiss. Now, I had never heard of this brand before, and I was very skeptical. I'm not a huge fan of loose powder highlighters, and if you can see, I hope it's coming across, it's yellow. I mean, it's straight up yellow, but it does not come across that way. I'm using a Morphe M510 brush. It doesn't come across that way, like, on your skin. It's just, look at that, oh, really luminous and quite beautiful. So I'm going to put it on my Cupid's bow, down my nose. I'm going to take a smaller brush. This is the Morphe E36. I'm going to pick up some, highlight my brow bone and the inner corner of my eye. Okay, now I'm going to take the Balm's Frat Boy blush, which is just this really pretty coral shade, and just put a hint of it on my cheeks, just to meld the bronzer and the highlight together. I don't want a ton of color. I hope this luminosity is coming across on camera. Now, I'm very lightly, because I always do, take my It Duo Fiber brush and my Hourglass, and I'm very lightly just going to buff, just because I don't want to take any of the luminosity. If anything, this would probably add to the luminosity, but I just don't want to compromise it because it's just so pretty. Okay, I tight lined my upper lash line with the Stila liner I always use, and now I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs Highliner. I don't know what color it is. I think it's just gold. And I'm going to use that on my waterline just because I feel like this look calls for, I don't know, a gold waterline. I put my matte Gigablack Lash on my bottom lashes. I bought this from Ulta, the last Ulta order I made. It's new. It's from Loreal, and it's the Voluminous line, and they came out with a primer. And y'all know I love my Giorgio primer so much, but I also love my Voluminous mascara, so I thought I would give this a try. And this is the first time that I'm using it. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to use my Benefit Roller Lash. That primer is very promising. I will keep you updated on that, but so far I'm really liking it. Okay, so that's it for the face. Let's move on to the lips very quickly. I'm going to use my Fiona Styles Ultra Smooth Waterproof Eye Defining Pencil that I bought specifically for lips, and this is in the color Mulholland. Then I'm going to take my Too Faced Melted Liquefied Longwear Lipstick in Melted Sugar. Then I'm going to take my all-time favorite Buxom Celeste lip gloss. And that's the final look.